This video is a continuation of a series of rewrites of some of Ouspensky's and Gurdjieff's writings from the 1940s and 50s. I'm Roach, Mark Roach, here to share what I think you might find as a different perspective on life, maybe on yourself, and I encourage you to look for some uniqueness inside yourself as you examine some of Gurdjieff and Ouspensky's work here. Returning to Russia in November 1914, just as World War I was breaking out, was a whirlwind after my travels through Egypt, Ceylon, and India. The war caught up with me in Colombo, and from there I made my way back through England. When I left Petersburg, I was on a mission to seek the miraculous. This term, though hard to pin down, had a specific meaning for me. I believed that our lives were tangled in contradictions, and the only way out was to discover an entirely new path, one that was neither known nor used before. Yet pinpointing where this new or forgotten road began was elusive. I was convinced that beyond the thin veil of our false reality lay another realm, separated from us by some mysterious barrier. The miraculous was about breaking through into this unknown dimension. To me, the East seemed like the gateway to this mystery. Why the East? Perhaps it was a romantic notion or a genuine belief that Europe held no answers. During my return and the weeks spent in London, my reflections on my quest were thrown into disarray by the absurdity of war and the emotions it stirred in everyone around me. Yet upon returning to Russia, I realized that my search for the miraculous was more significant than anything happening in this world of obvious absurdities. The war seemed like one of life's catastrophic conditions amidst which we must live, work, and seek answers to our questions. The war didn't touch me personally, not immediately at least, but I foresaw an inevitable catastrophe for Russia and possibly all of Europe. Despite this looming disaster, the allure of the East only intensified for me. It seemed clearer than ever that something could be found there that had vanished from Europe long ago. I knew I was seeking a school or schools because personal efforts alone were insufficient. It was necessary to connect with real and living thought that existed somewhere, but had been lost to us. Initially, schools had held a fairy tale-like charm for me. I fantasized about non-physical contact with schools from the past, those of Pythagoras or ancient Egypt, and imagined time and space barriers dissolving upon such contact. The idea seemed fantastical, but not contradictory to my attempts to find schools in India. However, as I delved deeper into my search, I realized that finding school required not just searching, but also making choices on our part. While I believed in the existence of schools, those I encountered seemed unsuitable for me. They were either overtly religious or semi-religious with a devotional tone which did not attract me. If I had sought a religious path, I could have found it in Russia. Other schools leaned towards sentimental moral philosophy with a hint of asceticism akin to followers of Ramakrishna. Nice people, but not what I sought. The schools seemed to be more rational. One should have some idea of where they were headed. I soon left the paper and returned to St. Petersburg for various reasons, still pondering over these ideas of schools and their potential connections to the miraculous. I'm Mark Roach, wishing you all the best.